everyone, I'm Steve, Mark's out in the garden, and this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark. Either welcome or welcome back, and happy Saturday. It's the weekend, so we know what that means. Today's coffee is very simple. It's the weekend mug. It's dark roast, some unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and some Splenda brand vanilla creamer something. It was the free product a couple weeks ago at our grocery store. It's not bad. So, I hope everyone's doing well. Look after yourselves. Wash your hands. Take care. Take care. We're all... I know, it's getting old, but take care. Hang in there. So today we're going to revisit our fair lady, Chantal, who I'm looking at right here. Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, The Daily Chantal, and of course, right now, Foodie Beauty, to see how her week has been. So, she didn't put out a lot of videos this week, actually. They were longer videos. I seem like I spent the same amount of time watching and reviewing them. But, yeah, she's in her new spot. Last week, where she had kind of left off, we were talking about her weight, or rather about how she's not going to talk about her weight and doesn't want anyone else to talk about her weight. Kind of guiding us in thought policing and comment policing about what people should and shouldn't discuss on her channel. So, wasn't exactly body positive that she was saying. She was more just saying, back off and leave me alone, kind of her, you don't own me kind of moment. So that's where we stopped. We picked up with a spaghetti dinner mukbang with Pete's. So, in the beginning of the video, she's cooking. Now, I like cooking videos. Really, of any sort. A person could have 10 subscribers or 1 million, and I'll watch a cooking video. Sometimes for ideas, sometimes for cringe. There's another channel that I review usually on Thursdays, and while I have serious differences of opinion and comments for this channel, I still watch their cooking videos, and I watch all the ads, because I like it. So I do appreciate that she's cooking in the beginning of this one. Like, for example, she puts tomato soup in her spaghetti sauce. That's not something I've ever done. It's not something I would think to do. But everyone has their own recipes and ingredients, so, whatever. It does look to me like in this light she colored her hair a little bit, because it looks lighter, but then later it doesn't. I don't know. Mark had a comment. Her chest is smaller than the rest of her for her size. There's no kind of a non sequitur. But on that topic, everyone's bodies are shaped differently. She doesn't carry a whole lot of weight, I think, in her chest for her size. When I was overweight, like obese, I'll say, because I'm a little overweight now, but when I was obese, I carried a large amount of weight in my chest and stomach, and I had, like, little legs, like a candied apple. That's why I carry weight lower in my chest now, because, loose skin, things fall. So Mark has a chest, like, up here, and mine is, like, down here. So I can notice that. Amberlynn Reed notably has a similar issue, that her chest seems to be, and she finds clothes that fit, more or less, her chest up, but then she's obviously very larger in the rear and in the stomach. So, not a judgment call, but an observation. The mukbang setup they have is pasta, brioche buns, Kraft Parmesan cheese, pickles, something else. And she got to dig in on Pete's, which kind of came up last week. He put some regular cheddar cheese on his spaghetti, because why not? She had it on hers. And she's like, oh, look how little he used. She kind of points, and she did it last week too, I can't remember the video, where he's kind of like a wuss. Like, she kind of thinks he has, like, dainty eating habits, because she kind of eats, like, well, So she kind of pointed that out. I thought it was a little unnecessary dig on her part. Now, spaghetti prepping and eating habits are different from person to person. There is probably a very appropriate way to do it and a very not appropriate way to do it. Given the action of the fork, whether or not someone introduces a spoon, it's my understanding that is not okay. Certainly don't cut up your spaghetti. You're not 5. The use of ground Parmesan, like in a container, the Kraft. We used to call it shaker cheese. Chantal mentioned the same thing. It was shake cheese. We used to call it shaker cheese when I was growing up. We never had fresh Parmesan in the house. That was extravagant in the kind of household I grew up in. It was just not something we had. So the amount of that you use, because it tends to dry out the pasta, there's a sauce ratio. I'm going on and on. But, so I was, of course, critical of the way they were eating their spaghetti. But I think, you do what you eat how you like, I guess. You know, I wanted to tear it to shreds, but someone would probably very easily shred my spaghetti eating to shreds as well. So, oh, she did make a spaghetti sandwich. I do that too when I eat spaghetti sometimes, but I don't make it a point to put that much spaghetti on it. It shouldn't be so full that it's like two open-faced sandwiches. It should just one, just a little bit. So she said she went shopping late to get some groceries because Pete's got up late. And then Pete's chimes in, good for Pete's, that he got up late because he works late and he had therapy. Thank you, Pete's. You know, not all of us are on a great track, but it sounds like he's doing what he needs to do. Take notes, Chantal. He works and he's in therapy. So, say what you want about Pete's. He's trying, okay? He's trying to have a life here. Pete's kind of randomly throws out in the middle of the silence. You know, Pete's comes off with the random shit. How many likes do you get on your videos? And Chantal says, well, I disable them, but she can see how many there are. And Pete says he will shave his beard if she gets X number of likes, like 700 and some, on a video. And then they're talking about doing the man bun with his hair for X number of likes in the video. Now, Pete's has an interesting hairline. Mine is not that different than his. Okay, in case... I dyed my hair blonde on Wednesday and I've already cut it off. You can check that out later. But I have more plans. There's more bleach coming in the mail, so as soon as this grows out, I'll do something else. His hairline isn't that different from mine in that it's receded a little bit. He has hair all the way around the back, like that. He has a little more here than I do. I don't have really any in the front. And then it's grown. So, if he tries to put it back, I'll be curious. When I was... This is not a TMI story, but sort of. Yeah, I've said it in other videos. When I was incarcerated for some unbelievably irresponsible, reckless things I had done... there's also videos for that. There was a male-to-female trans woman who was on the same block that I was on when I was in jail. And she went by the name Sparkles, but of course, because she was born male, she was classed in with the other male prisoners. And her hairstyle was what I imagined Pete's man bun would look like. She used to grow out. She was balding. She had no hair in the front and a bald spot in the back. She grew this long and wrapped it over the top of her head and pushed it behind her ear. So it gave that look of the very heavily hairsprayed, slick with the ponytail. And she grew this out and put a scrunchie on top. Well, prison hair tie. And kept it up like a ponytail. It looked like prom hair, kind of. So yeah, that's what I suspect she'll be doing to Pete's. Why? Because she also wants to put makeup on him. Now, for him, he said no eye makeup. Good. It's good to have boundaries. But I get the feeling he's getting a makeover. I also get the feeling that she keeps his balls in a cup on her nightstand, from the way that these kind of challenges are going. But just saying is all. The ring catches the glare off my head quite nicely, I have to say. Let's see. So that's the deal with the hair. Pete's is also eyeing her plate while they're eating, because since there's two of them eating, obviously she often eats a little more. But the speed is different too. She eats big bites, but she eats slower than him to make the video, I think, longer. He's eating at one point, and he's hawking her plate like, I gotta keep up, I gotta keep going. He's slacking, and then he ends up finishing before her. But then she breaks out the soft cheese, so I mean that's gonna extend it for a while, and she's putting it on the brioche bun, and it looks good. I'm a big fan of soft cheese myself, so, you know. Pete's finishes first. They're talking chit-chat about the new apartment. Chantal says she didn't know how to use a dishwasher. She's like, you just put the dishes in, whatever. Now, there's two schools of thought I have about that. One, she's never used a dishwasher because she's never lived in a place that had a dishwasher as an amenity. And this is a good thing because it's a step up in life for her. However she makes her money is, you know, open to assessment. But she's doing better. And she's in a place now where she can have a bit of a luxury like that. The other is that she has lived places with dishwashers and she's never washed a damn dish in her life. So you could come at that a couple different ways. She didn't really expound on that. So, let's see. She throws in the towel now. At the end of a mukbang, she'll wad something up and throw it past the camera and say, I'm throwing in the towel. So, and then I realized there was 20 more minutes of that video. They were done, and there was 20 more minutes. So the cat's on the table. She acknowledges, everyone's going to say, cat's on the table. They talk about shopping and how she bought 8 cans of ravioli and how she's going to try to, sustain off that and multivitamins. Chantal has this notion that you can eat a crap diet and take multivitamins and it evens out. I maybe, I don't know. It doesn't seem to have any effect. Maybe her blood work is good. It's not good for other aspects of health, apparently, like weight management. So, just saying. She got some candy because she was beezing, according to her, and she got creamsicle, Twizzlers, and a giant chocolate bar, but she's going to space them out. So, Pete's they're going to try some mochi, which I had to be refreshed on what it was. And Pete's tries one, she eats one, and Pete's is rolling it around in his cheeks. It reminds me of like a dog with a tennis ball kind of stuck back and forth. He's a sport, but I don't know that he liked it. But he's a very polite person, I think. So he kind of was like, oh no, I'm good, thank you, that's fine. So, something tells me Pete's was kind of brought up, right? I get the feeling of that, even though he has creep appeal. So, let's see. So he's gonna, shave for X number of likes, put makeup on for X number of likes. She orders him around. I feel like she calls the shots, and I'll explain why later, and it involves a banana. But we'll talk. So, at the end of that video, Pete goes into a random tirade about capitalism and healthcare. They're both in Canada, so their system is very different. I live in the United States. From my analytics, and the things I check, most of you guys are from the United States as well. Not all of you, about 80% of you are. So our healthcare system is very different, and that's fleshing out, interestingly, in the times we're in now for a lot of people. So theirs is different, and they expound upon those facts. So that was their little bit of politics at the end. Next video, giant black tiger shrimp seafood boil in B-Love sauce mukbang. So B-Love, I guess, is a YouTuber. And there's some sauce that I guess she makes, and it's supposed to be good. So Chantal gets her hands on some and puts a bunch of shrimp in it, and then has some corn on the cob. We've addressed my thoughts about corn on the cob and Chantal last week, in that she kind of goes at it like one of the cone heads, just, and it's gone. But seafood boil's good. I like it. I went to New Orleans once, and it was actually only a couple weeks before Hurricane Katrina, and had some really good food. And seafood boil, I think, was somewhere on the list. So it was pretty good. You can't find stuff like that around where I live, unless you know someone who's from somewhere else who can do it well. So she has a sponsor for the video. It's Surfshark. It's a VPN provider. And she talks about that for a few minutes in the beginning. Pete's hates seafood, so he just creepily stands in the background while she's eating, which is a little odd. And I understand that seafood boil isn't dainty food. It's not tea cakes, okay? It's not the kind of thing where you pick stuff up and your pinky finger goes up. But, she's very particularly dribbly in this. She suggests that maybe a bib would have been appropriate. I would suggest the same. And I would take that as a standing recommendation because she likes to eat messy food. It's the nature of mukbangs that food drips, and I get that some people get off on that. But if you don't want to ruin your clothes, because she got some drip on her shirt. It didn't blend in as well as with the other polka dots. So, now to the banana. So in this video, I think there's an exchange that kind of nails down the whole relationship at the moment between Pete and Chantal. Again, according to her, they're not dating. And according to me, and my opinion, I think Pete still holds a torch for her. So Chantal is really only as single as she wants to be, unless she turns to Pete and says, want to get together again? And I think he would say, yeah. So she's eating her seafood boil, and Pete is contemplating having a banana. There's bananas on the table. So Pete says, I'm debating about having a banana. Chantal says, they're not ready yet, they're still green. And Pete says, I ate one yesterday. It was just a little green. She's like, I like them when there are more spots on them. But it's totally up to you. Pete says, I should just go back upstairs. And he goes back upstairs and leaves with no banana. So he was going to have a banana, was interested, was told they weren't ready, rebutted by saying I've already had one, and then told they're still not good, but do what you want. It wasn't what she would recommend. And he went with her recommendation of not eating one and left. I think that sums up a lot about their relationship right there. Seems trivial, I know. Am I reading too much into this? Probably, but I think it sums it up a lot. I think she calls the shots in a more, not, you can't eat those. She didn't say, you can't eat a banana, they're not ready yet. Well, she almost did. But kind of back and forth, like, I wouldn't do it, but do what you want. And I think Pete wants to make her happy and be accommodating and not rock the boat and not strain any relationship he has with her, so he's very agreeable. And that's a shitty position to be in. I've been the overly agreeable ex who holds a torch. It's awful. It's just awful. I feel bad for him in that aspect. You know, there's others where he chose his own hell, but in that aspect I feel for him. So, let's see. This is more of a true mukbang in some ways. She's just eating. There's not a whole lot of talking. She has some comments about random crap, about the lockdowns that we're in, about people going out, about protests, about people getting their hair done and things like that. I live in the U.S. and there's been some backlash and protests, and it's probably not unique to us, but it's probably more embarrassing for us in some ways, because people are getting itchy and they want to get out, and they take extreme measures to let people know their dissatisfaction with the way things are right now. So you see a lot of that on our news, and I think she probably has, and was as appalled as some of us are. So, she wants to cook more and do more healthier things. So there's a trend that's going to be coming up here of health. Then she talks about B-Love. Now here's another thing about Chantal. I need the glasses for this. Now, I didn't know who B-Love's life was, because I'm not popular, and I don't know who the popular kids are. But apparently, she's someone with her own sauce business. And Chantal, I heard all this from Chantal before finding out who B-Love was. She said she started doing mukbangs about the same time as her, and that Chantal is so proud of her and that it's inspiring. You know, YouTube is a job, according to her, because people would say, oh, YouTube's not a job, you're just eating on camera, and she's saying, well, look at B-Love, she has sauce, and she's doing a bigger business, and she's been successful. And Chantal says, I could be doing more, but if you're entertained, whatever. So I had to look up B-Love. She has 2.66 million subscribers from what I saw. When Chantal said that she was proud of her and they started at the same time, I thought she was getting like a big sis pat on the head, like, hey, look at you now. You know, you're not as big as me with my 70,000, which, congratulations, Chantal. Everyone likes to grow their channel. But you're doing well, and hey yo, this woman is leaps and bounds as far as subscribers, way ahead. Way ahead. She could get on camera for 30 seconds and drink Yoo-Hoo and get more views than my entire channel combined. Easily. Easily. So she's up there with the big boys. You know, she doesn't need my congratulations. Okay? She doesn't need me to be proud of her. Inspiring? Sure. She's done a lot with maybe very little. But Chantal is not the inspired type. Chantal is the jealous type, often. So, I suspect that those aren't her true feelings, what she has said. So, and could she do more with her channel? Yeah, a lot of us could. And YouTube is her full-time job, so maybe she should. Maybe she could have 100,000 subscribers. Maybe she could be doing things differently. I don't know. That's whatever. She said, you know, her tension going forward as far as her diet is that she's not going to be eating fast food all the time. Food is unavoidable, of course, and you have to create it with your own natural ingredients if you really want to nourish your body. So I guess we're going to stir kale into some SpaghettiOs, and we're going to balance it out. And then she goes into her next video, vegan BLT and fries. Vegan. There's that word. That's like the attack word on her channel. For the people that go into her comment section and really give her hell, vegan is a trigger word, I think, a lot. So, in the thumbnail it says building a new life, and apparently this video is going to be eating, a Sephora unboxing, and some groceries or something like that. So, in the beginning she shows a video of the cat falling down the stairs, well, falling off the banister and falling down the stairs. I'm not sure why that's in there, other than just to get people to look at the cat falling down the stairs and talk about it. So she bought some fresh juices, which he shows off. Pete shows up to say hi and goodbye in the video. He's not there for it. She wants to reiterate again, she is not vegan. Not vegan. Not vegan. Meat is expensive. She shows a package of ground beef on the corner, said it was like $9. Meat's expensive, yeah. Again, more small talk, more blah blah blah. Pete's is shaving because the video that he wanted to get like 700 or 800 likes on, so that he would shave, got about 3,000 according to Chantal. Again, she said she hides her likes and dislikes, so who knows. And they're going to be doing it this weekend. So as I'm reviewing this video of her totally emasculating him may be going up. She got the rest of her clothes, she said, from her old apartment. She's still going back and forth to BB's to get stuff. Like, not everything has moved yet. And that's their relationship, that's whatever. But, like, cut the cord. You know? I mean, for a week, sure, to get your stuff back and forth. But if you're having a hard time letting go, which happens. I remember having to go back to an ex's house, and I thought I had to get Tupperware. It was something stupid I had to go back and get. And I didn't even need it. It was just an excuse to go back and see what it felt like. And it felt like crap, and it was just... cut the cord. Cut the cord. It'll hurt, but do it like a Band-Aid. Just right off. You'll feel better. Let's see. So, yeah, Pete's will be shaving. She's still going back and forth to his place. BB came over to see her new place. Pete's was asleep. While they were there, she made BB a cup of coffee. They socially distanced, apparently. And, that was it. That's as much as BB came into this whole week, pretty much. She went back and forth and saw him a couple times, I guess. She said her and Pete's are trying to put together a cat tree, and it's impossible for the two of them to do. I feel your pain. I have a hard time putting things together, especially when it's IKEA and it comes with an Allen wrench the size of a Q-tip, and you have to assemble like an armoire with it. So I understand the struggle of that. My dad actually built a homemade cat tree for Bandit. It's awesome. We keep it in the bedroom, and Bandit will either love it and use it every day for 3 months or won't go near it. You know, cats are picky like that. At the moment, Chantal, because she is single, you know, technically. Well, she's single. She's gonna take this time to work on herself, because even though she's living with Pete's, for her, they're not really together, you know. Once travel restrictions are up, she wants to go out and get on the move, and go do different things. She wants to try different hobbies. She talked about having a garden patio. Would that be, and she asked if the viewers, if that's something she'd be interested in. I nominate Mark to do a collaboration with Foodie Beauty on a garden patio. I think it would be great. I think it would be good for her channel. You know, I'm so proud of her. She's done so well. So I think this would be a great thing to do, and Mark's really excited about it. This is no bullshit, no trolling. I think this would be a good idea. So, yeah, it's her new I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. She wants to go back out into the world and so paint her own rainbows or whatever. So, fourth video, everything I ate today, featuring awesome new Kasori air fryer. So she's showing off an air fryer that she got. And it looks, air fryers are now starting to look like toaster ovens with convection fans. And that seems to be all it is. And the temperature goes low enough that you can dehydrate stuff. So they don't really look like those domed air fryers anymore. She's in bed in the beginning. She looks very good, except I was trying to stitch together why she was essentially naked. I didn't see a bra strap. In bed with a full face of makeup. You know, I mean, except for a video, which is cool, but she said she was doing laundry, I guess, from the clothes she got from BB's. Let's see. She said she doesn't like making her bed. She showed her bedroom, and the bed was messy. So I don't like making my bed. It just gets messy again. Now, ideas about bed making. I had a friend, I think I said this before, 10 years ago, when I used to do the 12-step thing, because I used to drink a little, more than a little, and her advice to me, as far as getting sober, the first thing you do, it's not stop drinking, it's not pray, it's not call somebody, it's make your bed. The first thing you do, make your bed. It starts your day off with success, it starts it off with a little bit of order, you know, it's something you can check off the list that you've done early in the day, and it definitely, you know, sets you up for success. But it's a suggestion that I took and it seemed to help me. So I'm just putting it out there, okay? There's a lot of notes for only 4 videos, I have to say. So first she has juice, and then she sprays vitamins in her mouth, and has some liquid multi I think she spikes her juice with. Lunch, she wanted to show off her air fryer, and she makes crispy Gardein chicken tenders, which are fantastic. I've had them. It's a great brand. Bell pepper and carrot sticks, a guacamole cup, and 1 olive. So I'm from the vegan BLT, it seems like a new direction is forming. So she goes for a grocery haul, and she says, she cooks for Pete's, but, not all the time. It's a lot of times for herself. In a previous video I forgot to mention, she said Pete's does a lot of the heavy lifting and moving stuff, and she cooks and cleans. So if in this video she says she's only mostly cooking for herself and not Pete's, and she cleans, then she basically cooks for herself and she cleans. And Pete's does everything else. So the list was all vegan, health food crap. She probably dropped, I don't know, American, $100 at least on this stuff, maybe more. Potato and carrot to make a cheese sauce, fruit, cashew milk, spinach, cashew butter, dairy-free shreds, silk almond milk, yogurt alternative, vegan meats, 4 kinds. Ezekiel bread, it's gross. It's gross. I'm sorry if you like it. That's your journey, but I don't like it. Terra chips, they're fried. They're different colors. They're fried. Pita chips, gluten-free bagels, and cream of wheat. So, she wants to try to make plant-based cheese herself. And she said if she was going to transition to plant-based, it would probably be through these processed foods and not the whole hog jump to like raw vegan type stuff. Again, she reiterates, she's not a vegan. She's just trying things out. I can appreciate that. I mean, I was a vegetarian or a vegan in high school, and it was basically just a cover for having an eating disorder. But even now, I like to try new foods, like Gardein. I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian. I have a very diverse diet of things that I eat. I like a lot of different kind of food. And if a fake food comes up like that, I like to try it just to see how close it is to the original. So I like doing stuff like that too. But I'm not going to dangle a carrot and say, hey guys, maybe I'll live a vegan lifestyle. No, I'm not. I'm really, really not. So, her next meal is a deli melt. She takes 3 kinds of meat. No, I'm lying. 2 kinds of meat. Bologna, fake ham, a bagel, some butter, cashew butter, toasts it with some cheese on it, and has a sandwich. And with some chips. Now, health-wise, quality-wise, probably fine. Calorie-wise, whatever. I guess I shouldn't be concerned because she tells me what I should be concerned about and what the rest of us should worry about. But, you can still gain weight eating vegan food. But it looked okay. Whatever. She put butter on it. There's a big debate around where I live. Do you put butter on a bologna sandwich and call it bologna? Do you or do you not? The bigger question is, why eat bologna? But if you're going to, do you put butter on it or not? I always had it with mustard if I had it, but I never really liked bologna, especially like Oscar Mayer. I thought it tasted like cold hot dogs. And then she has a smoothie. Strawberry, spinach, ice, maple syrup. It wasn't too sweet, even though she put a lot of maple syrup in it. So, plant-based? Is this the direction we're going? Is this the path that she's going to be taking? I don't know. Certainly she's done it before, and certainly it's not going to stick. It'll be not too long until an Arby's breakdown. And a lot of that health food it'll get nibbled on and then maybe thrown out. Because if she was going to go vegan and make a haul, that's not enough food for her for 3 days. If she was to eat only that stuff. That's not enough food for her for just a few days. Maybe the cream of wheat, but not the rest of it. So, because she eats a lot. That's a fair statement. She eats a lot. She wouldn't be that large if she didn't eat a lot. So whether it's vegan or not, she's going to stay heavy if she eats a lot of it. I'll be curious because when she says vegan stuff and goes plant-based, she has to try to do cartwheels to backpedal out of that. So we'll see where that goes. I've been wrong. There has been no weepy, I made a mistake. I don't know what I was doing. I can't. I don't know what I was going to do. I'm going to go to the ER because I had too much cream cheese. None of that yet. So I guess I jumped the gun trying to predict that. I thought it was perhaps possible her cycles have been interrupted since moving or since being with Pete's. So that's another option. And I guess I'll just be watching the show with everybody else to see what comes next, whether she's going to be making cashew cheese or sending Pete's to a drag bar, pimping him out so she can make a little more money. We'll find out. So thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe, hit the like button and the bell on your way out. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Our email address and contact information is all listed down below. Thank you again for watching, and we will catch up with all of you tomorrow. Be safe. Bye.